high, and in some instances increase them, and continue to blame inflation, despite the fact that we see their returns and saw that they were taking home record profits, right? So they were skimming off the top. With
The level of profit that corporations have gained last year is it's offensive. It's genuinely offensive. Like how much money they're making, and they're not. We're not getting more for that. Like, and Americans need to wake up. Like the simple fact is, you deserve to be making more an hour. You deserve to be making a lot more an hour. Hassan said it once, and I don't think even he knows how right he is. But there is no American alive that has ever been paid what they are worth, what they have provided to this capitalist system. And I'll say this, that applies to the ultra wealthy too. Because they don't provide that much labor in spite of the wages they bring in. The labor you provide is invaluable. You facilitate the continuation of the capitalist machine, whether you realize it or not, from the smallest waiter to the lowliest cashier at a grocery store. You are an essential part of this system. You're being told you're not essential. They're trying to replace you with robots to show that that's not true. It is true. You function both as consumer and cog. All right? And you need to be valued and appreciated just the same. Because if you don't make any money, if you can't contribute to the system, then the system falls apart. What these billionaires think they're going to do, I don't understand what they think they're going to do once they have all the money. You simply cannot have all the money in that system. You can't. It has like if nothing's happening, if you're not paying the people to buy your products, then you're not selling any products. And it's like, yeah, you'll have all the money, but everything will come grinding to a halt, which is what's going to happen. We are fully on track for a depression. Like, again, Trump firing 1 million Fed workers this year, aiming for essentially another million next year. So forcefully unemploying 2 million. Okay, like not all Fed workers make what you think they make, but some of them made decent pay. Other ones made passable pay. But like forcing all of them into unemployment on top of making products completely unaffordable and other businesses and industries, including like industrial capacities, reducing their employees because they can't afford to buy or sell products. Like it's a market standstill like no other. Like again, a forced artificial depression. And like the market, don't get me wrong, he's able to do this because our economy isn't and has not been healthy for decades. Like it's been propped up, like artificially sustained. Even with what Biden did, which while he did shore a few things up, like it wasn't stable. It's built on the backs of fraud, liability on part of the consumers, and just constant grifting. It's We've been a glass cannon and we are now shattering. I guess I know it's not the best metaphor. I'm very tired right now. Um, what's there to say? Um, the thing that scares me really the most. So it's not impossible to come back from this. It really isn't. We are a strong, powerful, innovative, imaginative, and creative nation. Like we can come out of this. But the two issues. One is the billionaires. They need to be torn down and stopped. They don't care about the damage they're causing. But they've got to be stopped. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to work around them. So stopping the billionaires, and then the second issue is funding our recovery. Now, the way to recover from this, massive infrastructure and jobs programs created by the government. That's what it is. And frankly, I blame Obama for two things. One, bailing out the banks, and then two, not creating a federal jobs program when he was president. Should have just done it. He should have just said, I'm going to create jobs. I'm going to create 1 million jobs this year, 2 million jobs. Just get workers employed, get them paid, get them learning job skills, get them out there. And instead, he just kind of like fucked around for 8 years. He did a fistful of good things. Like, again, the ACA is nice. It wasn't completed, but it was a step in the right direction. But ultimately, his presidency was fully unfulfilled. But that's the thing. To get out of this is a forced jobs program with massive taxation of the wealthy. Like, and they don't want to learn. They're refusing to learn. Like, I was thinking about this earlier today, and I mean, there's no two ways about it. Jeff Bezos will look exactly like Mr. Burns in 20 years. Like, he's already acting like him, but he will look like Mr. Burns in 20 years. Like, they don't understand. They should not be holding all that wealth. It's not just not good for Americans and society and the planet at large and the environment. It's not good for them because that wealth is the basis of the system that grants them that wealth. The snake is eating its own tail. And it's like you're too dumb to realize it. They think they can just keep making up money and like grow indefinitely. And it's like you can't. We live in a closed ecosystem. The planet only has the resources it has. We only have what we can harvest here, what we can grow here. And that's why sustainability should have been the goal for the last 50 years. Instead, Reagan tricked people into thinking trickle-down economics was a thing and that wealth is infinite and you can always create more wealth. And it's like you can't. All right? Wealth is assets. Wealth is something real and tangible. Homes, vehicles. And there's only so much we can ultimately produce for our people. And we need to measure that. We need to temper that. And billionaires aren't about that. They're about hot, unrestricted growth. And they're just going to melt down. They need a cooling off. They need a cold splash of water, a dose of reality, and brought back to heel so we can actually fix our nation.